In this video, I will finish introducing the 10 principles which can help you decide what to do when and why in any negotiation sequence. Principle number 8 is in line with the previous one. Of course, we negotiate in the real world. We need realistic solutions. That's obvious. However, experience shows that good solutions need to be invented. It is counterproductive to rely only on the usual routines or to try and apply the solution which worked last time. Good negotiators are creative and innovative people. They imagine the solution nobody had thought of before, and that is why they find the way out of the stalemate. Then, of course, they check and double-check and triple-check whether such an innovative solution is realistic. Is it legal? Is it compliant with a number of norms? Is it technically doable? Etc. Remember, do not rush. Creativity first, and then realism. We're now reaching the end of a negotiation. At some point, you will face an obvious question. Should you say yes or no to a potential deal? Most people will jump to conclusions and miss the essential step before that, which is to evaluate correctly what a yes or a no would mean. Hence, our principle number 9, evaluation before decision. This refers to something we discussed in the first video of Module 3. What makes a good deal? Remember that a good deal will pass the test of the 10 elements. Now, at the very end of a negotiation sequence, I hope that you will remember my 10th and last principle. Obviously, negotiators will be eager to close the discussion and move on to other business. Before adjourning, however, it is essential to check and double-check in order to validate everything. Indeed, many mistakes happen in this very last stage. The closure of a negotiation is a very sensitive stage, and the devil is in the details. Imagine a small, informal negotiation. Your mind might already be in the next meeting, on the next item on your to-do list, and mistakes will happen. Or imagine a long, tiring negotiation. Your mind is exhausted, and again, mistakes will happen. As a result, I strongly encourage you to take this last principle very seriously. Validate before adjourning. Remember that the negotiation goes on until the last full stop on the last page of the last document. First things first, let's recap these 10 principles which provide you with a compass for any negotiation. Whenever you're about to do the obvious thing, check you took good care of the essential aspect before. Relationship before anything else. Preparation before action. Internal consensus before external meeting, and coalition building before a multilateral meeting. Process before problem. Listening before speaking. Creating value before sharing value. Looking for information before looking for solutions. Innovation before realism. Evaluation before decision. Validation before adjourning. Again, memorize these principles, which can really help you in real-life negotiations. They're also described in Chapter 3 of our book, The First Move, A Negotiator's Companion. Right, we're now reaching the very end of this MOOC on negotiation fundamentals. We've been through a long list of topics, and one remains. How about the power balance? What if the other side has more power than I have? But what is power for a negotiator? That is a legitimate issue, which I would like to address in this final video. So, what makes a negotiator powerful? Please pause for a few minutes and reflect on this question. And then I'll share my own answer with you. Ready? Well, believe it or not, but here again, our 10 elements come in very handy. They help you get prepared, see Module 2. They help you evaluate a potential deal, Module 3. They even help you build a logical negotiation sequence, first video of this Module 4. And they provide you with a checklist which can help you thoroughly assess who's got negotiation power around the table. Indeed, each and every of them help shape the power balance. Relationship. Who is the more willing to maintain the relationship on the long term? If I am more comfortable than you to end our business relationship, I have more power, as you will be willing to yield on substance in order to maintain the relationship for the sake of future opportunities. Mandate. Who is negotiating on behalf of the most influential principal? Imagine a situation where you're negotiating on behalf of a boss whom everybody knows will leave the company at the end of this month. Your bargaining power is diminished. Stakeholders. Who has more allies and supporters out of the negotiation room? Motivations. Who is more in need of a deal? Overall, do they rather need things from us, or do we need things from them? Solutions at the table. Who can provide more valuable solutions at the table thanks to his or her resources? Justifications, a very important item for negotiation power. Who can root his or her demands in objective criteria, which nobody can easily deny? I'm asking for this solution because the law says I'm entitled to it. Solutions away from the table, the plan B. This is the central and most important ingredient of negotiation power. The most powerful negotiators is the one who can leave the table with no deal at a lesser cost than the other because he's got a better plan B. Organization will also provide power to the negotiator who is in a situation to decide the agenda and how long to devote the negotiation and set deadlines, etc. As far as communication is concerned, information asymmetries will also provide power if I know something that the other doesn't know. Last but not least, logistics is also an ingredient not to be underestimated. If we negotiate at their choice of location and I'm jet lagged, I lose a bit of negotiation power. Now, once you've done this assessment, do not despair if you conclude that the balance of power is clearly favorable to their side. Whatever the structural situation is, interpersonal aspects will help you shift the power balance, such as who is the best prepared, whose team is most cohesive. Usually, powerful negotiators tend to be overconfident and therefore less well prepared. Who's got the best personal qualities when it comes to active listening and speaking or inventing creative solutions? And there will always be a premium for negotiators who are really engaged in and, while staying very calm, are able to spend lots of energy. Voilà, as we say in French. And the more you watch these videos, the more the tools and methods they describe will become familiar to you. And the more you use them, the more they will show results. So my final word will be to wish you plenty of success in your future negotiations. Bye-bye.